All right, please be joined this time by Coach Ryan Andrews, head coach at Heritage, and one of the good dudes in Georgia right here, man. Excited to hear what you got to say, Coach. Thanks for coming on, and let's talk some kick return, Coach.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, what you got? Let's get rolling. Get out the way.
All right, coach. Kickoff return is one of those things. I think a lot of times we don't put scheme and thought into it. We just kind of get out there. We realize it's not wedge blocking per se, but we don't really put a scheme into it. So for me, I learned this return in college. My college special teams coordinator actually came to us from the Ravens. So you're talking about that was 2004, 2005. So the Ravens always been pretty good on special teams. But here we go. We'll just start with a simple left return, and I kind of color coordinated with it. So you kind of see who's blocking what. And what I love about this return is I can always tell who missed their block based off who made the tackle. A lot of times with these wedge returns, or I won't even call them wedge because they're illegal, but these returns where it's just kind of like drop and pick up the first guy that you get. You can't really know who missed their guy. So this comes with a little scheme. So right here, we teach to count outside in on both sides. So this is a 5x5 for us. So you'll get L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. And then you start over R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. So when we want to go left return versus a 5x5, we're going to double this L4, right? So you see here matching colors, the guard and the tackle are going to come double team. We're also going to get another double team on the 2, and that'll be by the wing and what we call our right middle guy. Our returner who doesn't get the ball, our off returner, he'll be the guy that blocks the L1. All right. Our left middle guy will come over, he'll block the L3. And then our our left wing, that's a typo right there. Our left wing comes over and he will block the L5. All right. Our center will block the R5 guard, R4, and I tackle a drop deep inside, and he'll block the R3. Now, we leave the R1 and the R2 on block because one, they should not be able to get here to make the play. Two, the way we teach our returners to kind of go run at whoever we're unblocking, kids tend to break down anyway, and then you stick your foot in the ground and you get missing. Hitting the hole. And what we really want to teach them is really we want to run off the butt of this first double team, and really try to get in between the two double teams. If we can do that, we feel like we got a pretty good chance of returning this. Middle return, all right. Similar, we're still gonna get two double teams. From here, we'll get the double team on the R4. All right, we'll get our wing to the R3. And again, we're gonna leave the R1 and the R2 alone. All right, we're gonna get a double team on the R5. We're gonna get our center to the L5, get our guard to the L4 here, get our wing to the L3, get our tackle to the L2, right there. And we'll leave these three alone. Our off returner, whoever doesn't get the ball, you're picking up the first thing that shows. And again, that's against a 5x5. All right. So if we go 6x4, teams like to go 6x4. Now the blocking doesn't change. The count really doesn't change. Again, we want to go from L1 count to our 5. Now we start, and we always stop at 5. We do not have an L6, so to speak, or an R6. So now we'll start from the right. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. We always skip the kicker, and whoever that next guy is, the 5. And that's how we maintain our count and understand who we're blocking. So again, middle return, we still got our double on the R5s like we just had. Still got our double on the R4, still got our kick out on the R3, still leaving the 2 and the 1 alone. Over here, still got our guard with the 4, still got our wing on the 3, still got our tackle kicking out the 2, still leaving the L1 alone. The returners are still doing the same thing. Their job is to get near, the first thing that appears. All right. So right return, similar, 5x5. All we did was flip from what we did on the left. So our center is always going to block the opposite 5 than the return. So here's actually against a 6x4, a 6x4 alignment, and we're going to go right return. So now we get our double from our tackle and our guard. We get our double on the 4. All right. We get our wing on the 3. We get our double on the 2, and then our returner, whoever does not get the ball, he'll kick out the 1. We'll come back and we get our center on the 5 because he's opposite of the return. We get our guard on the 4. Now our tackle has this deep dive inside, and he has to get this 3. We don't worry about the 2 and the 1. All right, so that's how we will do that. And so that is our right return versus a 6x4 block. All right. We just did that one, and that is how we block those things. All right, so we'll pull up some film so you can see these returns, and we can go from there. All right. So I got some returns from my time at Griffin all the way back to my times at Banneker.
Coach, I think we still see the huddle screen. So you might have to share the like your whole screen, not just that one. Gotcha. I think you just share one tab.
Gotcha. So I stop that share and I pull up that. Might as well just say do whole screen.
Yeah, I think if you click on screen, it'll just share whatever you're looking at.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Yep, there we go.
All right. So apologies. So we'll go look at some things. Look at some clips of some returns over the years. All right, this is Stars Mill versus Griffin. All right, we're gonna go a left return here. You can kind of see the double teams forming up top. As you can see, he's trying to deep dive to get inside. There's the guard, the 4, and this is there's your double team forming there. There's a double team. They're getting together to do their double team. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's always one, but we can. What just happened there? Hold on. There we go. So now off return is there. He's going to pick up most dangerous if anything leaks through. This guy, his job is just to trust that everybody's going to get blocked, and we're going to go. He's got to go like he's firing out of a cannon and just go and just hit it. No moves. You just got to go. And as you can see, there's the little crease that I talk about. It's not going to be a big hole. It's not going to be a big hole. You get a hat for a hat, and your returner has to hit it. There's the crease, all right? And he has to go. And then you let your athletes be athletes, and this is what you get. All right. Bring up another one. Get an end zone view of one here. So here's another left return. All right. There's your guy. There's your block on the 3. There's your block on the 4. All right. There's your two double teams. There's a double team. There's a double team. We miss a guy here. You know, that happens. Here's your off returner going to get his guy. We missed the two. Thank God we get him blocked. We missed the one, but there's your guy just being a guy right there. All right. So various different clips on what we want. All right. Pull you up another one. This is old, so excuse the grainy film. This is from 2012. All right. This is my time at Banneker. I've been running the same return for a while. But you can see right there when they're talking about trusting this block. You know, again, I know it's a little blurry because of the old film, but there's your double team. There's your kick out there, and you trust it. And then you just go full speed and you trust that everybody's going to get their block, and you can see how it opens up. And you just hit it and you go. All right. And I'll show you one more, just different versions of the return. Not necessarily versions, but just it don't take great blocks. All right. This is actually from this past season, very first kickoff of the season, first game, opening kickoff of the season. And here's what we get. So again, we don't block it correctly. I can tell you what we were supposed to get. This guy's supposed to be double teaming the four for whatever reason. He goes to the two. I'm not sure why, but we get our block on the four. All right, here comes our double team. We missed our double team, but again, that's fine. All right, we're still getting hats for hats. His return, because of where they kick the ball, it draws everybody over here, so it kind of works itself out. So we still get a wall. Guys are going to their guy regardless of how they kicked it. We're going to get to the middle of the field, which is where we want. And then there's your hold, and then he does the rest. All right, he does the rest, and he is off to the races. All right. So that's how he worked that. And you know, that is how this return works. It gets a hat for a hat. You don't have to worry about blocking, you know, everybody, so to speak. And what you really do is you can game plan. If you look up and, you know, we've been leaving the one unblocked, but their one is their ball guy, then you adjust the blocking scheme to where you don't account for the safety valve. You go ahead and you get to the ball guy to make sure you block them out. So just don't, you know, because the blocking scheme says don't block the one, but if the one is their missile, you know, you got to go block him. So you can adjust it. You can double who you want to double. If you want to double the five, double the five. You can double who you need to double. Whoever's wreaking havoc on most special teams, on most kickoff teams, you know, it's the fours and the fives that are causing all the problems. So you know, that's just little ways on how we do it. And, you know, it's worked for me in the places I've been over the years. I think it's still muted.
Yeah, muted. You know what's interesting, Coach, is as you were doing that, I was thinking how people probably could put more effort on kick return now because the rules have changed where you can only do 5 by 5 or 6 before. You know, years ago, you know, you put them however you wanted to, I guess.
Right.
And that just changed in the last maybe 6, 7, 8 years. But
correct.
When you were putting up the diagrams, you only really had to have 2. I mean, you're going to have 6 on one side, 4 on one side, or you're going to have 5 kicker 5. It actually makes it a lot easier to be complex with your kick return. And for some, that may be common sense to anybody else, but I hadn't thought of that like that in a while. It's one of the easier special teams to get really detail oriented with, because you kind of know where everybody's
where
going to
they
be.
have to be.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that, but people aren't very complex with their kickoff return. Every now and then we get some cross blocking where the tackle on the right side might be responsible for the 4 on the left side, and you kind of get this cross wave, and that's how some people are running their middle returns now. But you can't really do that no more because the blind side block has been taken out, and you really don't get a lot of complex returns. I don't know if it's because people just don't think about it, or because they've taken out the wedge block and people just
made it
haven't,
harder.
haven't thought about just how you can get creative in a blocking scheme. I was just fortunate enough. I played for a guy in college that was really, really good at special teams, and I learned this return, and I was able to, even when wedge blocking was allowed, I was able to put it in and had a lot of success at it.
Yeah. Well, you guys done a good job, man. I appreciate you sharing. That was a good one. We don't get much special team stuff on this, so always good
Right.
to ask for special teams, man. If I can ever help you in any way, man, let me know, as always.
Absolutely, Coach. I appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, take care, Coach. See you.
All right. All right.